Afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Renaissance Jeffrey, and this is the Workers' Rights Platform. We are broadcasting live from the Workers' Rights Network. Now, today, being the 5th of the first month, 2025, today marks our first show for the year. So, today I was forced to respond concerning a video that have been circling throughout social media. And many of you outside there would have known that I am from the area of Brea. So, to talk about Brea, at this point in time, better it be somebody from Brea should talk about Brea. Now, today we are going to impart some information in which you could compare the facts and the statistics for yourself. So I would like to thank all the people who have been following us thus far. I have seen Miss Nadira first to tune in. Good night, Miss Nadira. Good night to you and to everybody, and from the staff, from the Workers' Rights team. We do wish our viewers the blessings and the peace of Almighty God to be upon you all. So it's Lillian, yes, Riaz. Right, so in moving on to the fact that, as I say on this platform, we ain't come here to reinvent the wheel, a matter of fact. Information about the pitch lake have been persisting for a very long time. And the thing about it is that anytime we would have bring out these facts outside there in the public, we as Trinidadians have an inferiority complex. It's only when it comes from a white man, a matter of fact, we just take the information as something worth listening to. But in our research, we would have discovered numerous videos that would have been talking about the lake, about the pitch lake, and what the area of St. Patrick give to the general economy. Now, for the many of you that would have not seen the video, we are going to play that video for you now. So you can follow along with us. Follow along with us.
You want to record that?
Yeah.
So right now, asphalt oil sells for $500 US dollars per ton in the United States, and there's 10 million tons out here.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
It's a lot.
So we are sitting on?
That'd be $5 billion of asphalt oil.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot of oil.
This is the kind of
And it
information.
keeps coming back.
And it keeps
coming up. More where that came from.
So, in other words, you're saying that Trinidad is multi-rich
Yes. Yes.
country.
Trinidad's a rich country for the Caribbean. Yes.
Wow.
So there's enough asphalt oil out there to pave about 220,000 miles of roads.
Wow.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Thank you, sir.
You bet. Thank you.
Now, again, as we would have said, that the people of Brea and the area of St. Patrick are sitting on a gold mine. And we have to ask ourselves, citizens of the Republic, why is so many people in the Brea area and environs are suffering like this? Why? Why Brea is one of the places of such high unemployment and it is undeveloped structurally. Why is that? And we must ask ourselves one question. We just try not to make everything politics. But who is in charge of the general infrastructure and the development in and around Library? Who? When we would have talked about people coming into Library, the finding jobs, some on the outside, many of you understand what we would have been talking about. Or you would have dispelled our argument on the basis that you didn't understand. And such a thing as a logical fallacy, by the way, in which we call personal incredulity. That is the personal incredulity fallacy. And this is it here on your screen. So, just to bring it up on my side a bit, the personal incredulity fallacy is when someone dismisses a claim or an argument simple because they find it difficult to understand or believe rather than because of the evidence or logical reasoning. Essentially, it involves rejecting an idea due to one's own personal ignorance or lack of comprehension. Now, many of the times, we would have explained this factor to you outside here. And you would have dismissed the claim based on the factor that you didn't understand what we are saying. That many people outside here does come to Library. It does have this heavy traffic on our afternoon, and the people are in Library and environs are not benefiting from the wealth that come from Library. We have two industrial estates and the pitch lake, as you would have seen, that is sitting on 5 million metric tons of pitch. Is one of the largest deposit of asphalt on the land. And why the people are not benefiting now? We would have done a lot of drone footage in which we will show you the entire topography of Library, in which we would have went through before we go into the argument. And just to finish, the personal incredulity fallacy, a matter of fact, for the intellectuals outside there, there's an example, so just so you could understand or grasp what we are saying, is a form of fallacious reasoning. I can't believe humans evolved from apes. That sounds ridiculous. So it can be true. So not because you don't understand what we are saying here, it doesn't mean to say what we are saying is not true. Why is this a fallacy? The speaker disbelieves or doesn't invalidate the well-supported scientific theory of evolution. Instead, they rely on personal inability to comprehend the concept. So, just to take you along on a journey with us, I'm gonna look for the video with the... No, it's not that. Right. Looking for that video so we could play. No, but firstly, sorry about that. So there's a video we are going to play first before. And as I said, the knowledge concerning the lake was already outside there.
Welcome to Trinidad and Tobago, and this is the Pitch Lake. The Pitch Lake Lake is the largest natural deposit of asphalt in the world at Brea in southwest Trinidad. It covers about 99 acres and is reported to be 75 meters deep. Pitch is just an old-fashioned name for tar, and so the Pitch Lake attracts about 20,000 visitors annually. People occasionally swim in the waters of the Pitch Lake, which some say is therapeutic because of the sulfur content.
These are the buckets, which is an old-time train that is used in coal, copper, and bauxite mines around the world, but it is using here to transport the raw pitch from this point to the processing plant.
Now, first called Peach, the Amerindians believed it was created by the gods as punishment. Legend has it, the lake swallowed an entire tribe after they ate hummingbirds, which were believed to be the souls of their departed ancestors. To date, numerous Amerindian artifacts have been unearthed on site, including a bench carved in the shape of an animal with the carver's name still clearly visible. Indications of prehistoric life in Trinidad and Tobago have also been found, the rib and thigh of a giant sloth, along with a tooth identified as belonging to a mastodon.
See the holes? Look like Swiss cheese. Also, when you break a piece of pitch, you will always see moisture, and you will always see some type of organic matter.
Now, the lake itself was discovered by Sir Walter Raleigh in his expedition there in 1595. Now, the native Indians knew about it and showed it to him to help him caulk his boat. Since its rediscovery, there have been numerous research investigations into the use and the chemical compositions of this material. The asphalt is so soft in some areas that an individual can slowly sink if he or she stands on the surface too long. In some places, you can put a stick through the asphalt and remove liquid tar. Although the lake appears stagnant, the asphalt still moves with a natural, slow stirring action. Not only can the flow lines be seen on the surface of the asphalt, but prehistoric trees and other objects have been known in the past to have appeared, disappeared, and reappear again. Mining of the lake started in 1867, and an estimated 10 million tons of asphalt has been extracted since. Tar from the Brea Pitch Lake in Trinidad has been used to provide high-grade road surfaces not only in Trinidad, Tobago, and the other islands of the Caribbean, but it has also paved streets in over 50 countries around the world. Come, visit the Pitch Lake, where the villagers, who are also tour guides, will give you an amazing, informative experience. So let's go explore.
Now, that right there is the Pitch Lake. They say it have about 5 million metric ton, 10 million metric ton done come out of the Pitch Lake already, approximately. And it's always funny, because there's a personal friend of mine that we are going to we was talking about it actually, even said before this whole thing would have taken place here, this whole blow up thing, to give a little history on the Pitch Lake, a matter of fact. So we not inventing the wheel, we would have taken a visit. These are some old pictures. We'd have taken a visit to the Pitch Lake, and we'd have seen some of the artifacts there. And it had this whole story around this whole situation. Now this is that right there is that is the police station. It had a courthouse in Brea. It had a courthouse in the Brea area that closed down. For some reason, we don't know. So that's the old courthouse. That right there, what you are seeing, that is the Pitch Lake. Brea is filled with history, and the people in the area are poor. I'm not bringing politics into it, you know. That is Irish history. It had the mastodon tea that boy from a dinosaur. We would have seen some letters, original letters, heaters, artifact, the coal pot that man talk about. Believe it or not, all of these things are history that would have been dug up in and around the lake. The pitch lake, a matter of fact. A wide array of artifacts, original letters. Now we can go into all the videos. Right, all of those are things that is around the pitch lake. All of the artifacts are well stored and well kept in our on-site museum that show the history of the whole thing. And the question still remains Trinidad and Tobago. Why are the people around this whole lake in Brea, especially the St. Patrick area, is still poor? Now, before we go into the drone footage, now in our research, these are the facts in which we would have obtained through research. The region most affected by poverty in Trinidad and Tobago includes Sandy Grande, Princestown, Mayaro, Rio Claro, which have a high multi-dimensional poverty index. Figure indicates significant poverty level. Additionally, areas like St. Patrick, St. Andrews also show high poverty rate, with St. Patrick having a notable higher percentage in impoverished households. In contrast, urban areas such like San Fernando and parts of Tobago tend to have lower poverty rate. So, why it is we the people in Brea, in the area of St. Patrick, have this high level of poverty within the area? Some people are still using latrine. Yeah, some people still using latrine. And you're asking yourself, what is the cause? We would have told the national public this already. When we're hearing the people in Brea protesting and stopping jobs, it's not because they want to work and collect our money. They want to work for the money, but there are many outsiders that come into the Brea area and benefit more than the people in Brea. And this have been going on for years. Many of the people down here, despite of the fact that it have all these industrial estates down here, let's go to Port of Spain to work. San Fernando and other places should go on, as I'm saying, don't go. That is not my argument here tonight. Why are the people in Brea not benefiting from the wealth and the resources in Brea? And that was the basis of my fight here. If Oya was following me here from the beginning, that was the basis of my fight. When I would have came out here on the scene, politicians after politicians, industry bill, we go show you drone footage of the whole place. Why are the people in Labrador not benefiting? That is what we asking. Every time we say something or we protest or we cry out, or you don't want nothing, or you don't smoke too much of weed down there. That is what they are saying. But Labrador is a bigger place than you are actually seeing. And when I say Labrador, the entire St. Patrick area by extension. So, I'm going into the drone footage. That is the double savanna in the area of Labrador. Something that was promised by the previous government as to develop, as to put, a swimming pool as of international standard. The billboard fall down. That never materialized. Games, that is the junction there in Labrador. Now that is the center that was reported that should have been built for quite a while. That's the savannah there. Massive expanse of land, again underdeveloped. That green building you are seeing there, that is the health center. Now we have a powerful story to bust on that. Imagine the builder community center and the bankrupt hardware. That is the cost of projects in the area of Labrador. Up to now, the people them can't get back the money. Watch how massive Labrador is. That is the junction in Labrador. You are seeing there. Savannah from a different angle. And all that you are seeing all behind, that is Labrador for you. I mean, watch it. Again, as I say, we have a story to tell about this building that you are seeing here in front of you. That's the community center that in open, it bankrupt a man hardware. Watch it. The elevator and thing, but it didn't open. Imagine that. What we are going to do now is go up the stretch. Massive double savanna. Again, I promise is a comfort of food. The only person that would have done anything and to break down the pavilion there was Glenn Rameda. His team, they break down the pavilion there in the savannah to the back. The savannah to the front is not Labrador Savannah, a matter of fact. It belongs to the sports club that all you would have heard that would have burned down the other day. What we are going to do is go up the stretch, the berth, a matter of fact, in which will show you guys everything, the pitch lake, That's the housing scheme. That is Pier Road. But this size of library right there supposed to be where the docks. More further to the right. And we will show you all the footage as we go along, as we start to talk about this whole plan for library. So library is not what people are telling you. Everybody want rum. That is the main road in library. I fight bad. A significant portion of the people in library have been left out. Now I asking myself, if in the library area so much of thing is taking place, to show you the industries, what some of the conditions people are living underneath. And all the average man is asking for is access to a job. I mean, all these development that is taking place within the area. Why? That right up there is the pitch lake. And that whole strip that is beyond the pitch lake are industries, Tiger Tank, Oil Map, Kaizim, Namalco, and different company Lake Asphalt, Tufco. $5 billion metric ton of pitch. Wow. Look at all those industries. And they have a gate on the both sides. We'll show you the next side. If many of you haven't seen the power plant, a matter of fact. That is over the lake. That is the school that, have been building for quite a while. Now look at the lake. This time it has water. Sometimes the water is drier, but that is the lake. Rumor said that, not rumor, matter of fact, it has something that I call a lake bug. If you pee in the water, it does follow you and bite you. Water is clean and they just pump out all that water and just throw it away. Directly over the lake at this point in time. Yes. People just go and bathe there. I just go and bathe there all the time. That is why my skin's so clean. Now coming up to that pond that you see in there, on the outside of the lake, that is a pond that nobody do bathe in. Unfortunately, I know some of you all may have concern about crocodile, but the sulfur does burn the eyes of the crocodile, caiman, and matter of fact. They see that pond that they see in there, quite to the end, nobody do bathe in that pond. Because we would have spotted caiman in that pond quite down to the end, so it turned away. This is the lake. That part that you see in there is the official part, but most of us just pass in front of the pump house. That line that you see going there, people just pass on the outer edges. Now that little building that you see in there, the pump house, you see those lines passing behind the pump out the water from the lake and just throw it away. That going on for years, eh? Government come, government go. That going on for years. $5 billion metric tons of pitch. 10 already gone from there. So see how much, just by the pitch take alone, that the people of Brea, well, the environment, the place Brea contributed. Wow. I had all seen this video, it's amazing, that asphalt there. All of those things there are industries. Now, right over the road there is the power plant and the Mitsubishi plant. Asphalt. Freehold land all over. Right, so we are back. So that is Brea area for you. That is directly in front of the lake. We show you behind is an industrial estate. On the next side of the road is another estate. And you know, we are saying constantly why the people in Brea are not benefiting. Why? Why this part of the south area is in so much poverty? Why? But you're beautiful. Is it a deliberate attempt not to develop these areas as to keep certain people in poverty? Question to you, the public. So the other parts of the show that we would like to highlight, just to end it off on that note, concerning where the lake is concerned, holy thought. Now we would have went in this for you. The Pitch Lake area. The Pitch Lake in Brea, Trinidad and Tobago stands as a geological marvel and one of the largest natural asphalt deposits in the world, spanning approximately 100 acres, discovered by the indigenous Amerindians and later brought to European attention by Sir Walter Raleigh in 1595. It has since been a valuable resource for asphalt paving roads globally. The lake holds an estimated 10 billion tons of asphalt continuously replenished by underground oil deposit, making it a sustainable economic asset. This natural wonder attracts tourists while supporting local employment through mining and guided tours. Now, the guided tours, yes, it used to think, but that have severely diminished because it didn't have no set of upkeep. Yes, the mining, yeah, there are people that are working there. Contractors monopolize on the labor, matter of fact. People who had trucks and things could have go inside of there and get a little hustle. Brea, home to around 10,000 people, benefits from the lake tourism and mining industry through. Though residents still advocate for greater infrastructural development and environmental protection, the Pitch Lake is not a vital export and I didn't see it. Right, the Pitch Lake is not just a vital export for Trinidad and Tobago, but a symbol of its unique geological heritage. Now, despite all of that, that is the facts surrounding the Pitch Lake. A lot of things could be done better, but I believe it is done in such a way as to exclude the majority of the citizens of Brea, not to pull themselves out of the economic crisis that they are in. And we would have promised you as to go into that tonight. So we are asking you, members of the public, to follow us along on this. This information is shocking that we are about to read. So the first slide we would have done already read this to you. Just to go over it again, the region most affected by poverty in Trinidad and Tobago includes Sandy Grande, Princestown, Mayaro, Rio Claro, which have the highest multi-dimensional poverty index figure indicates significant poverty level. Additionally, areas like St. Patrick, St. Andrews also show high poverty rate, with St. Patrick having a notably higher percentage of impoverished households. In contrast, urban areas such as San Fernando and parts of Tobago tend to have lower poverty rate. And that is the point, you know. That is where I would have thought, and the team at matter of fact would have thought that, you know, this poverty thing in Brea, it appearing to be deliberate. And this is why. Slide number 2. The areas in Trinidad and Tobago with high child poverty rate include Sandy Grande, Arima, and Tunapuna. Additionally, regions like Rio Claro, Mayaro, Saparia, and Diego Martin also report significant levels of child poverty. Research indicates that children in these areas face multidimensional poverty, affecting their access to education, health services, and family support. Right, that is the second slide. So we're taking this in parts so you can follow along with us, because we want you to understand what is going on with the people in Brea and why we find in St. Patrick, a matter of fact, and why we find that is a deliberate attempt to keep the people within this area in poverty. And that is the reason why we have been advocating so much on this level. So, next slide. In St. Patrick, approximately 19.0% of households are classified as poor. This indicates a significant level of poverty within the region compared to other parts of Trinidad and Tobago. 19.0% of the people within the St. Patrick area is classified as poor. This thing real bothering. And we have an area here that have been predominantly PNM, and that is the reason why I and Sheldon Can is constantly advocating for you to forget the PNM in these areas. It is not good for us here in Brea. What development it have around the Pitch Lake. In all places of the world, you see places like Yellowstone Park, all of these places, and them are supported by the tourism industry within their area. And we have one of the 8 wonders of the world. And the people around this area, it have industry. It's poor. Real talk. And a matter of fact, let me move on to this. That will shock some of you all. Right. The primary factors contributing to poverty in St. Patrick and Trinidad and Tobago include economic challenges, high unemployment rate, and low wages. Limited household income, making it difficult for families to meet with basic needs. And all of these things was done on a survey. Inadequate access to services, limited access to quality education, healthcare, and essential services exacerbate poverty level. So when we go to Point 14 and we criticizing the MP from Point 14, some of you are saying that, we out of place. Why it is the billing savannas, only savannas the contributing, the concentrated on, and fixing the road and trying to give away water, but no university in this area. None. All the nice course foster coming given out is quite up central. Check the distance, check the passage. Imagine a man coming from Cedros to Central to do a course to San Fernando. Think about how much it costing him to do a course that they say free. So, again, the next part of the slide is family structures. Many households are single-parent families, which can increase financial strain. So true. A high former single-parent family, and why it is men leaving. Plenty. Some of them nearly the half a library migrate and go on America. Facts. Social issues. Factors such as crime, drug abuse, and teenage pregnancy contribute to the ongoing cycle of poverty and instability. And when you say child pregnancy, you ever hear the song singing Sandra sing? Sunrise up holy over the hill. And they talk about you're not having anything to eat. And the mother giving the daughter to the pusher. In places like this is the MP, the councillor, sleeping with some of these girls and them. We told you that. Statistics telling you, they ain't telling you directly that is what is going on. But understand, you have nothing to eat. Practically, the MPs and them, the councillors and them control all the jobs in the area. What do you think going on? When we would have said to you, citizens of the Republic, that if people come out and speak about what is going on actually in this area, the type of discrimination they will face. Because they find a way to put a chokehold on the jobs within the area. You talk out against the PNM, you might have to leave that work tomorrow. They find you, they find in some way. Nothing for you. Let me go on. And again, the information here might be shocking to some of you. But this is the one that is most disgraceful. Now, St. Patrick's economy contribute to Trinidad and Tobago overall GDP primarily through its involvement in the energy sector, particularly oil and gas, which contribute for about 40% of the national GDP. Additionally, manufacturing and agriculture play roles, which manufacturing contribute around 18% of the GDP. And that is the jobs within the area, so Brea is rich. And I was to go into the part that would have stated how much is this 40%, and we didn't get a chance to put the slide up. We didn't get a chance to put the slide up. We might have to change around some of the slide. Yes. Today we only paying facts up on this thing here. So Labre contribute 40% of the GDP, and just for you to understand how much a year comes from Labre, you can go put up this man here. Yeah. So just way to understand as to this whole thing, I know some of you would have done the calculations concerning that, but we want to put that up on the screen here. I don't know how that one didn't end up. Right, so the 40% that comes from the area of St. Patrick is 11.26 billion US comes from Labre. 11.26 billion come from Labre. The GDP of Trinidad and Tobago is measured in Trinidad and Tobago dollars, TTD. Additionally, it also reports in USD. For international comparison, which the GDP in 2003 estimate approximately 28 billion USD. So, if the area of St. Patrick is contributing 11 billion USD a year, why is the people in this area still poor? Why is one of the most poorest infrastructurally? That is what you just get from a PNM neighborhood. And the only how we could break this is not to vote for the PNM in this area again. We must move away from our traditional voting and vote for what benefit us. That is what we must vote for what benefit us. So that is the facts. As they does say, woman lie, men lie, numbers don't lie. We would have just shown you drone footage after drone footage. We would have shown you the facts. And it's up to you, members of the St. Patrick area, speaking to you directly tonight. And St. Patrick is a big area. It encompasses Labre, parts of Saparia, Palo Seco, parts of Point 14. Why the people in these areas are still poor and still begging? And I am telling you today that this is by design. The administration that have been predominantly over the people within these areas are doing you this deliberately. And the only way we could break this spell is not to vote the PNM in these two areas that I am speaking about, Point 14 and Labre. Move away. It's not benefiting you. It's not benefiting me. It is putting my family, my friends, that I could have seen much better from. Right, Ranky soon. Vote for the best constituency. Labre has been rejected by the MP. True. Who is the representative for Labre? That McClutchy. Nobody does see. They say he moving him, and he not going back. So he ain't going to do nothing again. People need to take a stand and say something, else nothing won't change. True. Who that would have came from? Joanne, so true. Yeah, nice place. Quick question, does the Chinese own it or someone answer? Well, they say the Chinese have a lease on the pitch lake. I don't know why. I don't know why the government would have done something like that and put the pitch lake in the hands of the Chinese. I don't know. I really don't know. So there you would have seen it. The people of Trinidad and Tobago at this point in time, I would like to thank you for joining me on this live. And this is our first for the year, today being the 5th of January 2025. And, when we're moving forward with the rest of life that, that we are going to have in the future, those who listen to us, that's the number on the screen. So in moving forward, right, so yeah, I was gonna call you, Sorry about that. We just got a little malfunction on the phone. Right, so thanks for joining us tonight. It looked like I might have to make a little deviation. So what about Library Pitch Lake being leased to previous government was pushed up and passing plan? Yeah, as I say, we heard that it was leased, and that is something that needs to be looked into. So thanks for joining me, a matter of fact, on this live. You and seeing the massive team that behind. Thanks for being a part of this live tonight. Thank you. God bless.